Financial experts say that the start of a new quarter is a smart time to reset your spending habits and plan ahead for seasonal expenses. Joining us to tell us more is Sherod Waite, CEO of Moneywise Wealth Management. Thanks for coming on, Arc Bakersfield, Sherod. Really appreciate your time. And I want to know,
good to be here.
Out the gate, I just want to know from you, how does a guy like you, the guy who budgets people's money, how do you save money?
You know, I feel like I'm pretty much like anybody else. My employer offers a 401k, so money is deducted directly from my paycheck every 2 weeks. And something that I've always done, you know, early on, it's an easy habit to get into when you have money that's automatically withdrawn from your paycheck. So that's the primary, you know, my primary retirement long-term savings is through my company 401k.
That's smart. Is there an amount you suggest to tell people, like a percentage of what should come out of people's paychecks?
Yeah, I think I've talked about it before on this program. There's a great budget rule called 50-30-20. So 50-30-20 is 50% of your money goes towards things that you have to have. Think of housing, transportation, insurance, your minimum debt payments. And then you have 30% for things that you want. Think about things like entertainment, going out to eat. And then that leaves 20% to put away for savings or debt. And that would be putting money into your company retirement account. That would be making extra payments on the debt. I think it's a really good rule of thumb. It's pretty easy to remember, and it'll keep most people out of trouble.
I like that. I like that. So as we start this new quarter now, why is this starting a new quarter a good time to budget? Or should I say, is any time to start a good time to budget?
Obviously any time is a good time to start. The nice thing about the springtime is that it's sort of, there's a renewal, there's new things that are coming up. A lot of families are starting to plan their vacations or their weddings or graduations. So a lot of financial stress comes from surprises. And the more that you plan ahead for these types of expenses that happen around this time of the year, then the fewer financial surprises you'll have and the less financial stress you'll experience.
I totally get that. In fact, I'd almost say plan a year in advance. It's probably the better way to go. If you can plan some of those items out, some things you can't. Are there certain ways to balance your budget for families? What are some things that you would suggest?
So the hardest thing I think for people is actually just taking that first step. There's so many different ways that you can budget, and oftentimes we get hung up on the challenge or just how overwhelming it is. So, you know, you just got to start somewhere. You know, there's an old saying that says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now. And I think that's the case with budgeting. I know it can seem overwhelming, but fortunately, there's a lot of new technology that helps us with that. There's a lot of really good apps. Most banks will offer some sort of budgeting software that automatically is tracking what your expenses are and categorizing them for you. So technology can really make that easier, but the most important thing is just do something. Just start the process.
My wife and I were looking at things that we subscribe for, and to realize, you know, we don't watch Hulu as much compared to, like, say, Netflix or whatever. So we just started cutting some streaming services, cutting some other things off, and it's amazing how much money you can save. Do you tell people to do that?
Oh, yeah. I think reviewing your subscriptions and your recurring expenses, not just subscriptions, but anything that sort of is recurring, take a look at it. Take a look at that at least quarterly. You know, even if you just cut something that's $50 a month, that saves you $600. So, you know, most people just don't realize how many subscriptions they actually have. Taking 10 minutes to review what those are can easily free up a few $100s a year.
I want to just throw up real quick the stock market for a second. A lot of people are concerned about the oil. Of course, that's going up because of the Iran war that's going on right now. Hopefully that is short-lived. I kind of want to get your thoughts on that. Plus today, the CPI consumer price index came out. It actually is considerably low compared to where it has been over the last few years. Is there hope for inflation to continue to go down? And what's your thoughts on the oil situation?
Yeah, prices are expected to continue to come down. And I say prices, I mean general prices. But what we're experiencing now and what we're seeing in the stock market is in large part because of the conflict that's happening in Iran, and then the impact that that's having on global oil and fuel prices. And these are, we don't know how long this is going to last, but this is no different than past geopolitical events that we've experienced in our country. And the stock market has proven to be incredibly resilient after the initial shock and the initial worry by investors. We've seen the stock market over time come back and remain incredibly strong. So I think people should just take a deep breath, don't panic, don't make any major changes inside your investment strategy unless you're consulting with your financial advisor. Just hang in there, this will pass.
You're a financial advisor. You talk with folks about this kind of stuff all the time. If people want to connect with Moneywise, Sherod Waite, how can we do it?
How can you
connect with
you
guys?
How can you get investment advice? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we recommend using a financial advisor that's fee-based, that helps you, helps us as advisors have, eliminate some of the conflicts of interest. We're on the same side of the table as our clients. Oftentimes when you're working with somebody where they're going to get a commission for selling you a product, that product or what their advice that they're giving may not be in your best interest. So work with a financial advisor that's a fee-based. We like local, we're local, we're downtown. We just moved into the new Woolworths building. So come have a burger and a shake and say hi to Moneywise.
I love the coffee shop there, and the food is pretty great at Woolworths. Hey, Sherod Waite, thank you so much for helping us out this morning.
Anytime, Aaron. Thank you.
Yep.